Hello, everyone. Good evening. Okay, is everyone here? Can you hear my voice? Let me do the mic check first. Hello, can you hear my voice? Okay, is it clear for you to hear my voice, or is it like breaking up, or does it have any noise other than what we'll call this my voice? Very clear. So, okay, very good. I would love for everyone to participate in my class because it's at night and perhaps you are a bit tired from the day, but I promise you that tonight is going to be something that you want to know. Okay, as you can see in the screen, okay, we are going for writing tonight. Okay, if you have questioned yourself like, why should I do writing? Well, one of the paper in your UASA is going to be the writing paper. And writing is very important because from you are what standard 3, standard 4, you have been learning how to write essays and simple structures. Up until you are form 5, you're going to use the same thing. So basically, okay, for form 3, the essay for part 1 and part 2 is going to be carried over to form 4 and form 5. It's going to be the same thing. So basically, if you listen to what I'm going to tell you tonight, most probably you don't need to learn this again when you are in your form 4 and form 5. All right, but before that, I want to test you on something. Last week, we had our class, right? Okay, give me something that you had learned. Okay, not something. Let me ask you one word, the word of the day from last week. Apa yang korang ingat perkataan the word of the day daripada minggu lepas? Cuba bagi tahu dekat chat. Okay, chat me. I want to see participation. Try to remember back. Apa word of the day minggu lepas ni? I want to see how many of you remember the word of the day minggu lepas. We did learn about many and much, but definitely that is not the word of the day. Okay, cuba ingat balik. Ya, wah, benda aku ni, apa benda aku nak ingat Something like that. You need to remember. Okay, remember back. Apa benda yang aku nak kena ingat? Perkataan apa yang sedahaja minggu lepas? Okay, can you give me that word? Quantifiers? I have taught you about quantifiers, but I give you another word for the word of the day. All right. I think some of you might be new to this class. So this class, I'm going to be conducting it in mixed language, which is English and Malay. But if you felt like, okay, I couldn't understand some part of my English, then you can tell me in the chat box that, sir, tak faham lah apa yang saya cakap, boleh tak ulang balik? And then I will repeat it in Bahasa Malaysia. All right. Now, the word of the day from last week was, okay, let's scroll. Versatile. Okay, make sure, okay, sebelum kita start class, make sure that you are seated nicely, duduk depan screen, duduk depan laptop, or duduk depan iPad, whatever things that you have, and you have your pen and notebook to copy any important notes that you think is important. And make sure korang ada juga what we call this, bahan yang sebagi dalam file in your eTuition file. All right? The word of the day is versatile. Okay, versatile. Okay, sometimes we use this word in many different forms, but what is the meaning of versatile? Okay, can you tell me apakah maksud perkataan dalam screen tu? Cuba bagi tahu saya. Okay, saya nak tahu juga korang tahu ke tak perkataan ni sebenarnya. Apakah perkataan versatile? Maksud dia apa? Kalau dalam bahasa Melayu apa? Could you please tell me? Okay, tell me the meaning of the word versatile. Sometimes you will want to use like versatile. Sometimes you use versatile. It depends on you because the pronunciation might differ from UK and US. Semua tak ready lagi ni tengok. Cuba bagi maksud versatile dekat sir. Apakah maksud dia? Is not an answer. Okay, give me the meaning of the word versatile. Cepat. I don't have much time ni. Cepat, cepat, cepat. Versatile, what does it mean? Okay, check je, check je. Dalam bahasa Melayu, apa perkataan yang sama? Changeable, able to adapt, serba boleh, serba boleh. Okay, many of you said serba boleh. Perhaps you have been Googling it. Okay, very good. At least I did effort sikit kan. Alright. The meaning of versatile is down here. Able to adapt or be adapted. Maksudnya, boleh adapt. Boleh adapt. Adapt ni macam mana? Boleh mengadaptasi. Maksudnya, kalau cikgu, kalau sir letak korang dekat dalam laut, korang boleh berenang. Kalau sir letak korang dekat dekat pokok, korang boleh panjat. So basically versatile tu boleh buat semua benda. Okay. Can fit in any environment. Can also, but actually it is closer to serba boleh. Serba boleh. Kenapa sahaja perkataan-perkataan baru ni sebenarnya? Okay. Because in your writing later on, especially in part 2, kalau korang tak pakai perkataan baru, korang tak akan dapat markah penuh dekat language. Okay. Language tu dia nak markah penuh, kalau nak markah penuh, kena guna perkataan baru. So I guess if you use the new word that I have introduced to you, you might be able to get that mark. Okay, ingat Sekarang. Okay, kita pergi balik dekat sini. Apa yang kita nak buat hari ini sebenarnya? What are we going to do today? Okay, the first one is use the Go ACS formula correctly. Okay, Go ACS. Go ACS formula correctly. What is Go ACS? Tak apa, kejap lagi saya explain. Use 3 discourse markers correctly. Okay, now saya nak tanya. Apakah maksud discourse markers? What is the meaning of discourse markers? Apa yang korang tahu? Discourse markers tu apa? Okay, very good, Harif. Very good. Very sharp. Penanda wacana. Okay. Boleh tak korang bagi contoh penanda wacana yang biasa korang pakai dalam esei? Boleh tak korang bagi contoh penanda wacana yang korang biasa pakai dalam esei? Okay, contohnya. English ke? Yes, of course, English lah. Okay, Damia, give it in English. Okay, firstly. Others, what do you think? Apa yang korang pernah pakai? What have you used? Okay, for example, other than that, if it's me, I would use however. What else? Apa lagi yang korang rasa korang pakai? Cuba ingat balik. Okay, aku tulis sekarang ni kan, aku biasa pakai benda ni. In conclusion, okay, very good. In conclusion. Okay, ada lagi tak? Moreover, other than that. Okay, very good. Other than that. Moreover. Okay, actually ada banyak sebenarnya penanda wacana ni. It depends on how you want to use it. Okay, let's say kalau firstly, of course lah korang akan letak the first thing before you write the essay. Okay, for example is when you want to give example. However, kalau korang ada dua idea yang berbeza, in the middle korang letak however. In conclusion, korang letak last kali sebelum korang tutup essay tu. Other than that, dengan moreover ni dia sama. Maksudnya untuk tambah lagi idea, tambah lagi idea. Okay. So tu adalah penanda wacana. Kenapa penanda wacana adalah penting? Penggunaan penanda wacana boleh membantu untuk get you marks for your organization. Okay. In essay, there are 4 types of marks. Okay. Content, communicative, achievement. This one is C. This one is CA. Organization. This one is O. And finally, language. This one is L. Okay. Kalau korang nak dapat markah, if you want to get marks for organization, you use this. penanda wacana. Okay, kalau korang pakai penanda wacana, korang akan dapat markah dekat organisation. Okay, that's why saya kena ajar juga macam mana nak pakai penanda wacana. Even dalam email yang pendek secok tu pun, you need to use discourse markers. Because why? Without discourse markers, you will not get the marks for your organisation. You might get it, but then not that much lah. Especially kalau tak pakai langsung, korang akan dapat markah 3 ke bawah. Okay, for your information, setiap ni adalah 5 markah. 5 marks. 5 marks. 5 marks. Okay, so each of it adalah 5 markah. Dah kalau korang tak dapat 5 markah dekat organisation, konten pun salah jawab. Lepas tu communicative achievement. Buat essay pun tak apa-apa. Buat email pun tak nampak macam email. Language, tak ada grammar, semua berterabur. Macam mana korang nak dapat markah penuh? Sedangkan email adalah di mana korang senang nak dapat markah. Okay. Sekarang, let's go first to the question set induction. Okay, soalan answer. If you get this question, okay, dengar elok-elok listen carefully, listen carefully. If you get this kind of question, what is the first thing that you do? Okay, tell me in the chat. What is the first thing that you do when you get this question? Apakah benda pertama yang korang buat kalau korang dapat soalan ni? Okay, Damia said underline the keywords. Okay, very good. Underline the keywords. Okay, other people, what do you think? Apa yang korang akan buat kalau korang dapat first soalan macam ni? Tengok saja ke, Abim tu nama dia macam menarik je. Birthday tu, birthday lah. What will you do? Okay, biasa apa yang korang buat? Okay. Yang lain tak ada respon. It's okay, it's okay. Biasalah kan malam-malam ni kan macam, ngantuknya sir. Okay, but it's fine. See what the questions want. Okay, Damia said underline the keywords. Isma said see what the questions want. Okay, basically these are the 2 important things lah. Basically you have covered it. But soalan sebalik, apakah keywords yang korang kena garis? Apakah keywords yang korang kena garis? Okay, let's read through the question. Hi, next week is Abim's birthday. Commemorate at Delicious Cafe. Can you join? Let me know. Okay. Okay, so first thing kita nak highlight apa? Cepat bagi tahu. Okay, Harith bagi tahu Abim's birthday. Next. Apa yang korang perlu buat? Next week. Next week. Okay, kita garis lah. Lagi. Apa lagi nak garis? What should we highlight? What should we highlight? Okay, can you join? Can you join? Okay, what else? What else? What else? What else? Okay, apa lagi nak garis dalam benda ni? Ini adalah first step yang korang buat. Okay, apa lagi nak garis? Tak ada dah, tu je. Macam mana nak dapat makan penuh untuk sini? Delicious cafeteria. Okay, commemorate. Semua ni kita garis. Okay. Let me know. Okay. Okay. Sekarang, soalan apakah topik untuk soalan ni? Korang tahu tak topik tu apa? Okay. Kalau korang tahu topik tu apa, buat thumbs up. Okay. Put a thumbs up. Okay. If you know what topic is, thumbs up. If you don't know what a topic is, put a question mark. So that I can explain what is a topic. Okay. Okay, very good. Most of you know what is a topic. If you don't know what topic sebenarnya, korang buat question mark. Saya akan explain apa topik dia. Okay. So the topic is Abim's birthday. Abim's birthday. Okay, sebab topik ni adalah apa yang esei tu cakap tentang. Tentang apa esei tu cakap? Okay, so pasal Abim's birthday lah. Okay, secondly, saya nak korang identify questions. Okay, dalam soalan ni ada berapa soalan? Dalam email ni ada berapa soalan? Okay, can you tell me berapa soalan ada? Okay, Haris said 2. Damia said 2, Nabiha said 2. Okay, Zara said 2. Okay, very good. What else? What else? Okay, everyone said 2. So basically, most of you guys said 2. Okay. How do you identify the question? Macam mana korang identify soalan tu? Macam mana korang detect soalan tu, cari soalan tu? Cuba bagi tahu, sir. Tell me, how do you identify the questions? Okay, very good. Damia said question mark, Zara said question mark. Okay, so question mark dekat sini, kat sini. So ada berapa question mark dekat situ? Ada 2. Okay, so 2 soalan lah. Okay, soalan pertama. Commemorate. Oh, by the way, if you don't understand any words inside this, do tell me dalam chat box so that I can explain what is the word. Commemorate at delicious cafe. Okay, nombor 2. Can you join? Okay, settle. Kita ada 2 soalan. Kita ada topik, kita ada 2 soalan. Okay, korang tahu tak apa maksud commemorate? Do you know what is the meaning of commemorate? Do you know what is the meaning of commemorate? If you don't know, you put a question mark. Put a question mark. If you do know, then you give me the answers. Peringatan. Can be peringatan. Nabi has said no, I don't know. Okay, very good. Memperingati. Okay, memperingati, almost there. But basically, commemorate means to celebrate. Katakanlah, when you nak jawab soalan essay, nak jawab soalan email kan, tiba-tiba dia tanya pasal birthday, tiba-tiba dia tanya pasal sambut birthday your parents, sambut your parents masa balik, perhaps masa balik from holidays. Okay, instead of using the word celebrate, you use the word commemorate. Okay, sebab apa? Nak dapatkan markah. Okay, even though dalam kertas 2, Part 1 ni dia tak pentingkan sangat perkataan baru. Dia pentingkan penggunaan discourse markers dengan penggunaan grammar yang betul. Okay, tapi tak apa, kita gantikan perkataan tu. Commemorate. Okay, so selepas ni, kalau korang nak pakai celebrate, stop doing that. Use commemorate instead. Okay, dah settle. Kita dah jumpa, what call this, soalan, kita dah jumpa topik. Okay, settle lah. Okay, sekarang, apa yang kita nak buat adalah, okay, kita pergi ke sini pula. Okay, soalan ni agak panjang sedikit. Tapi soalan ni lebih kurang sama je tadi. Apa yang nak korang buat adalah, first, bagi tahu dekat mana dia punya topik. Okay, apakah topik dia? Okay, topik dia apa? Okay, cuba baca email ni. Topik dia apa? What is the topic for this email? Okay. No, youngest brother typo. Okay, it's okay. Basically, this is Abim's birthday. Abim's birthday, as simple as that. Okay, because it's just the same as the one before. Abim's birthday. Okay, now, the second one is the questions. Okay, first, how many questions do we have? Okay, cuba tengok ada berapa soalan dalam tu. Okay, ada 3 soalan. Okay, ada 3 soalan. Betul tak? Sebab kita tengok dia punya tanda soal. 1, 2, 3. Tetapi, okay, dengar baik-baik. Tetapi, contohnya, kalau korang rasa macam, rasa macam ada 4 soalan. Okay, sebab apa? Dia ada dekat sini perkataan, perasan tak perkataan and tu? Okay, kalau and biasanya dia nak 2 benda. Okay, biasanya dia nak 2 benda. Tapi kalau dekat sini kita tengok, are you free to come and commemorate? Maksudnya datang dan sambut with us. Okay, so kita consider as 1 lah. Kadang-kadang soalan dia letak and, dia nak dua benda. Contohnya, are you free to come and bring gift for me? Okay, so kalau dua benda macam tu, korang kena jawab dua-dua. I am free to come and also I am available to bring you gifts. Okay, tapi kalau macam ni, I am free to come and commemorate pun boleh. Okay, so kita tengok, kita dah jumpa soalan dan jawapan. Soalan dan topik. Cuba kita jawab. Okay, cuba kita jawab dulu soalan dia. Okay, first soalan. Okay, saya tulis kat sini lah topik adalah Abim's birthday. Now, soalan question 1. Have you heard? Teacher, why do you speak in BM now? Okay, sometimes I speak in BM because not many people understand whole English. Okay, kan kita kan macam, okay, maybe Fatih, you understand English, right? So it's easy for you to understand what I'm saying. But not all people understand English as a whole. Okay, so sometimes diorang tak faham, kesian kat diorang kan. So we need to tell them and help them also. So that's why I'm using mixed English and BM, so that everyone can understand. Okay, Fatih, don't worry, you can listen to my pronunciation. Okay, the reason why I am adamant ataupun persisting on using English sebab, okay, cuba korang fikir, kalau saya cakap kan, okay, macam mana saya boleh get this accent? Okay, korang pernah tanya tak macam mana saya dapat accent macam ni? Korang pernah tak tanya macam tu? Okay, macam mana saya dapat this English accent that I'm using? Okay, cara dia adalah, every time when I was small, at your age, Form 3, Form 1, Form 2, Form 3 kan, I will always listen to English songs, but specifically the UK's English songs. Okay, like groups from the UK's. Okay, so when I heard those songs, I will listen to their pronunciation. Dia sebut macam mana each words. So when you listen, you will imitate. Korang akan cuba buat perkataan tu. Sebab kadang-kadang kan, itulah perkataan ni. Okay, perkataan ni kan. Okay. Macam mana korang sebut perkataan ni? Macam mana korang sebut perkataan ni? Okay. Okay. Some will say archive. Archive kan, archive. Okay. But most of you don't know that the pronunciation of this word is archive. 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 And, okay, archive. Satu lagi, in British English, we don't really pronounce this letter. Korang pernah dengar tak macam, when you go somewhere and then you listen, dia bukan archive, dia macam panjang sikit. R tu tak bunyi, tapi R tu dia panjangkan. Macam archive, archive. Sama juga macam perkataan ni. Okay, sama juga macam perkataan. Biasanya kita akan dengar orang sebut our. It's not our, it's our. Okay, dengar tak beza dia? Okay, dengar tak beza dia? Okay, sebab apa? Usually, kalau you use US English, dia akan tekankan dekat the R. Dia akan tekankan the R. Sebab tu kalau korang dengar, Philippines, when they speak in English, they will pronounce R kasar. Like archive. Tapi kalau korang dengar British people, they don't really pronounce R. Tu beza dia kalau korang dengar. Philippines, dia belajar English US, but Malaysian, we learn English UK. So when we learn English UK, we must use the right pronunciation. Okay. Do you use UK or US English pronunciation? Usually, Okay, this is the general knowledge lah. Okay, when you speak or when you write, we always refer to UK English. Why? Because our country is Commonwealth. 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 Right? So we'll translate the words in the song, also we'll hear the song. Okay, I'll just listen to the song. Okay, by the way, this is a bit off topic. Okay, I don't really like the singer, but I do really love to hear many songs. It doesn't matter if I couldn't understand the words or I couldn't understand the lyrics, but as long as the song sounds good, I will listen to the song. It doesn't matter if it's BTS ke, what we call this, New Jeans ke, or is it like uh lofi ke, it doesn't matter as long as it's, you know, sedap, the song is good, then I will listen to the song. Okay, remember one thing, apa-apa pun, kalau korang nak tulis ke, grammar ke, apa semua benda, you need to refer to UK English. Sebab, okay, this is, okay, saya tulis dulu, okay. Number 1, number 2. Which one is UK English? Okay, yang mana satu UK English? Okay, very good. So donut is actually UK. Donut is US. Senang je nak bezakan. Ejaan yang mudah tu biasanya US. Sama juga macam perkataan apa ni, color. This is US. UK dia kena ada U. Color. Usually the harder version is the one from UK. Sebab tu kadang-kadang, if you spell donut, D-O-N-U-T, cikgu akan gariskan. Sebab that is not the UK version of the spelling. That is why. Stick to UK version. Okay. Some of the selingan lah for me. Okay. Good question juga. Kenapa saya tak use English all the time, right? Because sometimes other people won't be able to understand, right? But it's okay. I will use English most of the time. All right. Now, let's focus on this. Question 1. Have you heard about this cafe? Cafe. I'm sorry, my handwriting is very, I'll call this beautiful, because I, before this, I wanted to become a doctor, but I couldn't because I'm scared of blood. All right. Now, my question is, how do you answer this question? Have you heard about this cafe? Are you going to say yes? Or are you going to write something else? How do you answer this? Okay, remember this. Examiner, dia nak senang cari jawapan. So, caranya adalah, absolutely, you can put that, but caranya adalah ambil daripada soalan. Okay. Have you heard about this cafe? Yes, very good, Damia. Okay, that is the way that you answer it. Yes, I have heard about this cafe, but why don't we mix what Fatih said a bit? Okay, absolutely. Oh, spelling. Absolutely. Absolutely. I have heard about this cafe in the news, in the social media. Okay, write down. Kejap lagi korang kena hafal sebab jawapan ni saya takkan simpan. Okay, absolutely. I have heard about this cafe in the social media. Okay, remember, write it longer. Kalau korang tak tulis panjang, nanti jawapan korang pendek. Right. Tapi ni jawapan sahaja. You need to elaborate a bit. Kejap lagi. Okay, remember this answer. Write it down. Sebab saya nak padam. Tak muat. Okay, let's padam. Okay, can I padam? Okay, I want padam lah. Question. No. I'm sorry, Ahmed. It's too late. You need to be quick. All right. Question number 2. Is it a good place to commemorate birthday? Give me an answer for this. Okay. Okay, thanks, Fatih, for the help. Okay, Ami, you can copy the one that Fatih had posted there. Very good. Okay, how about this? How do we answer this? Okay, how do we answer this? Okay, let's use black. If just now you use absolutely, we want to change the word. We don't want to repeat ourselves. Nanti, you won't get marks for the language. Okay. In my opinion, it is an amazing place to commemorate birthdays. Okay, very good. In my opinion, it's actually a discourse markers. So let's put that. In my opinion, it is good. You can change to something else if you don't want to use good and amazing place. There you go. Damia said it perfectly. Instead of amazing, what are other things that you can say? Let's use the more higher level words. In my opinion, it is, let's say, a marvelous place to commemorate birthday. Marvelous is not, maybe you can use a splendor, a scenic place, an obscene, wonderful place. Teacher, you copied Jajit Singh. Perhaps. Which part? I didn't notice. Marvelous. Yeah, the word marvelous. I forgot. Yeah, marvelous, marvelous, marvelous. Right. Okay, you can use that word because it's perhaps it is considered as a new word. Okay. Okay, have you done copying? I'm gonna delete. In 3, 2, 1. Uh, 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 no. Mia, ask for help from your friends. Perhaps your friends has already screenshotted and then type it back. Okay. Now, the last question that we have is question number 3. Are you free to come and commemorate with us? Very good, Damia. Thanks for the help. In my opinion, it's a marvelous place to commemorate birthdays. There you go. The answer, Mia. Okay, get the answer. Now, the last question is, are you free to come and commemorate with us? How do we answer this? I'm very, very skeptical about this question. How should we answer this? Are you free to come and commemorate with us? Okay, by the way, I love the way that you guys supported each other. See, this is what we want. If your friends are in need of help, okay, you help them. Because why? Later on, you might remember the things that you have typed. Okay, you might remember better when you type it. Okay, the word marvelous has been etched into your head. Okay. Now, how about this? Yes, of course. Okay, Amsha did very good, quite fast. Yes, of course. Okay, why don't we use of course straight away? Of course, I would like to commemorate with you, but that is not the what we call this? Not answering the question in full. Okay, so how do we answer question in full? I'm free to attend and commemorate with everyone. Okay, that one is also okay. Amsha, I'm taking your of course. I am more than, instead of free, or instead of free, what should we change it to? Is there any other word that you think can be possible to be used? Free. 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 Yeah, very good, Damian. That's the word that I'm searching for. Available. To come and commemorate with you. Okay, we don't use, we use full stop. Of course, I am more than available. This is more, not move. More. More than available to come and commemorate with you. Meaning to say that I am very excited, right, actually, than available to come and commemorate with you. So you have answered all three questions. Okay. Remember, copy these questions. But kejap lagi, you want to write the full email. Okay, the full email. Sebenarnya email ni senang nak score 20 over 20. It's just that you need to make sure yang korang, what call this, korang buat betul-betul ikut format yang saya bagi. Fatih asked, why you, teacher? Why not everyone? Okay, this is the specialty of the word you. You can be singular, but you can also be plural. Okay, you is like, if it's in Malay, kamu, ataupun korang. Korang can be banyak, right? Kamu can be one person, but usually kalau korang dengar assembly, when you have assembly, and the principal said that, kamu kena faham, kamu kena catat, things like that. Kamu tu untuk seorang ke untuk ramai? Untuk ramai kan? So basically, you can be used for singular and also plural. So we can definitely use you to refer to everyone. That is the specialty of you. Okay? Deleting. Delete everything. All right. If you have any question, don't be afraid to ask. I will answer everything that you ask. Don't worry. Except for personal questions. That I will choose. All right. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, remember, in the beginning, I told you that we are going to learn about Go ACS, right? So, benda Go ACS ni. Okay, look at this. Okay, look at this. Can you see the Go ACS over here? Can you see the Go ACS over here? Okay, boleh nampak tak dalam gambar ni? Yes. Damia Fatih tu je lah yang jawabnya. Yang lain mana? Tidur, makan ke apa? Okay. Maharik is there. Damia is there. You know, like sometimes budak form 1, when they come in, they ask, sir, nak buang sampah boleh masak? The tong sampah is inside the classroom. Go ahead. Just throw it away. Don't need to ask, but they are very polite, which is very good. Okay, Aisha is there. Isma is there. Okay, very good. You can see the Go ACS. It's here. G-O-A-C-S. Go ACS. Okay. G is for greeting. O is for opening. A is for answer. And C is for closing. S is for sign off. Okay, let's go one by one. Okay, first, greeting. A greeting is as simple as, hello, Akim. Hello, Akim. Apa lagi selain daripada hello, Akim, you can use for greetings? Yo, what's up, Hakim? Something like that. Okay, perhaps you can use greetings, Akim also can. That is the most formal way. Hi, Akim. Hello, Akim. Okay, but remember to mention their name. And yang first ni kita letak atas sekali. Jangan campur dengan orang lain. So basically kita akan letak atas sekali sebelah kiri. Satu lagi, masa semenanda kan. Okay, what I found is tanda tangan korang ada yang letak sebelah kanan. Okay, remember this. Untuk email, everything is on the left. On the left. Maksudnya, Segala benda, tanda tangan ke, greetings ke apa, semuanya sebelah kiri. Ingat tu, semuanya sebelah kiri. Dia tak ada sebelah kanan. Okey, sebelah kanan ni biasa formal letter je. Dia dalam bahasa Inggeris tak ada formal letter. Dalam bahasa Inggeris tak ada formal letter. So remember that everything should be on the left. Sebelah kiri. Okey, ingat tu. Jangan buat kesilapan. Okay, simple je. Greetings, you start with greetings. And then, you express your thoughts on the topic in a sentence. Okay, contohnya kan tadi kita cakap pasal topik kita apa? Cuba bagi tahu dalam chat, what is our topic? Ni saya nak test balik ni, ingat ke tak? Okay, what is our topic again? Soalan tadi? Adim's pun boleh. Boleh. Okay, Abim's birthday. Okay, Abim's birthday. So, cara dia, korang bagi tahu your thoughts. Apakah your, opinion about the birthday. So, dekat sini saya tulis, I was so happy to hear about Abim's upcoming birthday. It can be anything. It can be like, oh, I'm so excited to hear that Abim's is going to turn 12, for example. As long as korang sentuh pasal topik dia. Tak perlu panjang, tak payah nak tulis 10 perkataan, 10 ayat. Just one sentence is enough. Satu ayat sahaja. Okay, satu ayat saja. Sebab apa? Email ni ada berapa perkataan? Limit dia berapa perkataan? Cuba bagi tahu saya. Email limit dia berapa perkataan? Okay, can you please tell me? Okay, laju. Tahu. 80 words. Meaning to say that 80 words tu tak banyak sebenarnya. Dia macam satu perenggan je. Sir always said this to my kid. Jangan tulis panjang-panjang for email sebab you are wasting your time. Markah dia 20, memang 20, tapi markah 20 tu senang nak buat. Sir, tak payah letak how are you ke? Don't need to use how are you pun sebenarnya. How are you tu somewhat like I'm so happy to hear about Abim's upcoming birthday. Sama je. And there is no mark actually for how are you tu. So jangan bazir masa. Saya nak ajar cara yang paling mudah untuk korang dapat markah penuh. So tak payahlah ngarut je semua tu how are you tu. If your teacher said that, oh, kena letak how are you tu, follow lah what they said. But in real examination, sebab actually I'm also marking for SPM, so you can use you don't need to use all those words macam how are you, I hope you think of health. We don't really look for that. Apa yang penting adalah jawapan kena ada elaboration. And also benda tu kena nampak macam email. Tu sahaja. Macam mana korang nak nampakkan benda tu macam email? Tu kena ada greetings, kena ada opening. Okay, selepas tu barulah korang jawab soalan. Okay, A. Tadi go. Now we go for A, answer. Find all questions and answer them with some details. Okay, tadi kita dah jawab. Tapi kita tak bagi some details. Okay, cuba tengok jawapan dia kat sini. Dia bagi jawapan je ni. I have heard of delicious cafe. Tadi yang kita jawab apa semua kan? Paling kurang, untuk jawapan korang, kena bagi satu ayat tambahan. Okay, contohlah soalan dia tadi. Kita tengok balik soalan dia tadi. Okay. Kita jawab yang first. Okay, have you heard about this cafe? Tadi kita cakap apa? Absolutely, I have heard about this cafe in social media. Right, in the social media. Okay, tambah lagi satu ayat untuk explain yang korang bagi tahu. Okay, when I was scrolling my TikTok, I found out about this cafe and it got a good review. Macam tu, satu ayat saja tambah. Maksudnya, setiap jawapan korang kena tambah satu ayat untuk huraian. Itu cara dia. Satu jawapan, satu huraian. Satu jawapan, satu huraian. Baru korang dapat markah untuk CA, Communicative Achievement. Communicative Achievement ni dia tengok macam mana korang hurai. How do you elaborate? When you elaborate better, then they will give you higher marks. If you just answer without elaboration, CA might be low. Dia akan low sikit. Okay. So to answer and elaboration. So basically, sekejap saya tulis kat sini. Answer plus elaboration. Elaboration tu apa? Keterangan. Okay. C, closing. After you have finished answering all the questions, satu ayat korang letak paling bawah. Tak payah letak dalam perenggan yang sama. Sebagi tahu ni, bagi tahu tau. Tulis tau. Sebab some things that I said, kadang-kadang saya tak tulis. In the mail doesn't count as a question. Teacher, you said the questions in the mail was 3. How are you in the mail doesn't count as a question. Did I forget it? Oh. So we have how many questions actually? 1, 2, 3, 4. Siapa cakap tadi 3 ajaran sesat ni sebenarnya ni. Very good, Fatih. Very good. Jap. Let me scroll back. Who answered 3 just now? Let me go back to the, to the chat. Tu. All of you said 3. And then you realize, right? How are you? That is a question. See? How are you is a question. Remember, macam mana nak cari soalan adalah you need to find the question mark. Is that a question? Yes, it is a question. Dah hilang satu markah. It's okay. At least someone noticed. I didn't because I was not sure. It's okay, Fatih. Sometimes you are not sure, but stick with this. If there is a question mark, that is a question. That is a question. It doesn't matter. If it's a simple question like, how are you? Then it is a question. There is a question mark over there, right? That is a question. You don't answer that question, you didn't get full mark for your content. If they ask, how are you? Answer, I'm good. I am blessed by the God with the wealthiest health on earth. Pelikkan ayat tu, but you can use that sentence. Okay, but remember, questions come with a question mark. If there is a question mark, it is a question. Saya pun tak perasan. No, I'm old. You guys are young. Use your eyes. All right. The closing is very simple. Okay, the closing is very simple. As simple as I look forward to it. Or you can say that, I hope that you reply my email soon. As simple as that. I hope that you reply my email soon. But remember, this sentence alone should be alone, not in the same paragraph. I'm surprised. Nobody asked me, Sir, kena tulis berapa perenggan? How many paragraphs do you write your email, actually? Berapa perenggan? 3. 3? I usually do 1. Some of you said 1, some of you said 3. So there is no 2. Actually, dia ada 1, 2. 2 je sebenarnya. 1 perenggan jawapan. Dia perenggan opening tu, opening sekali dengan jawapan 1 perenggan. Another one is the closing. Actually 2 paragraphs only. Actually, you don't need to write in many paragraphs. If it's 3, it's too much. Why? Okay. When you write 3 paragraphs, what happen is, you tend to feel like, aku kena tulis banyak lagi lah, You exceed 80 words. When you exceed 80 words, what happen? You are wasting your time. Don't waste your time. Usually, 1 paragraph itu adalah 80 words, 80 words. So you don't need to write long. Remember, your focus is not part 1 as much. Your focus is on part 2 because part 2, usually you need to write longer. Because when you write longer, you need to also think about the grammar, you need to use compound complex sentences. You need to use new words. You need to make sure that the discourse markers are more than 5. All things like that. Kalau essay email, dia simple saja. Don't waste your time. Alright? Kalau if your teacher asks you to do like three paragraphs because of organizations, there is no organizational mark for paragraphing in part 1. Tak ada. Dia just nak tengok discourse markers ada ke tak connectors. Itu sahaja. There is no cohesion dekat situ lagi. Right? Remember that. Sebab tu, for me, I didn't teach my kids to use 3 paragraphings. No, it's not needed there. Okay, now, lastly, you put sign off. Sign off as simple as from Johari, but this is the wrong formatting. It should be like this lah. From Johari. Okay, it should be put in 2 lines. At the end, dekat mana ni? From Johari ni, we put in the left, on the left or on the right? On the left or on the right? Yang ni. Left, left, left. Okay, so 2 of you said left. Very good. Memang sebelah kiri pun. Sebab tadi saya bagi tahu, everything in an email should be on the left side. Remember that everything on the email should be on the left side. Nothing on the right side. All right? Ooh. So we have covered Go ACS. We're done. I hope that you can apply in your essay, in your email later. Okay? Because after this, I'm going to give you a sort of like a homework so that when we revisit back, we can have a look on that. There is a question. In toto. This is an interesting one. In toto. What do you think this means? In toto. What do you think this means? Apa maksud in toto tu korang rasa? Tak pernah dengar kan? Okay, what is in toto? Since you are writing an email, it's kind of informal. Okay, informal, you can use in toto. But what is in toto? Into? Nope. You use internet to Google and find what is the meaning of in toto. Quick. The first one will win the, what call this, the championship. Okay, what is the meaning of in toto? In total. Sort of. Actually, it's similar to in conclusion. As a whole or total. Somewhat like that. Like in conclusion. Biasa sangat korang dengar in conclusion kan? Too, what we call this? It's too obvious and too common. Okay, mainstream, as you guys call it. So if you want to get better marks, use in toto. Let's say, kalau korang nak cakap, in toto, I am glad to hear that you are having your brother's birthday because I am also coming to celebrate it with you. In toto tu macam dekat hujung sekali, dekat conclusion. Tak payahlah, dah lah tu guna in a nutshell. When I mark paper kan macam in a nutshell, banyak sangat nutshell ni. Can I use in toto in formal mail? You can, but we don't have formal mail. We have report, but you're not learning that yet. As for Form 3. Form 3, you can use in toto both in Part 1 and Part 2. So you can use in Part 2 too. In toto is helpful for you to gain marks for your language. So bolehlah pakai. Yeah. Okay. Now, we have about 6 minutes. So let's see if you can do this or not. Okay. Can you write? Tadi dah ada jawapan apa semua kan? Okay, let's try this. Can someone give me the answer to this email tadi? Pakai Go ACS. And using all these course markers. Okay, try. I'll give you 5 minutes. Kalau tak sempat, tak apa. You can write it on your own and then later on when we revisit, korang boleh type balik. Okay, give you time, 5 minutes, try. Is there any Akim here? No. Let's see who's the fastest. Okay, by the way, if you have any question, if you felt like, benda Cikgu Ikram ni cakap, ask questions. If you don't ask questions, you will never know. You will never know. I'm here to answer any of your questions. Now I'm giving you time to write the email. Let's see if you can manage it in 5 minutes. Okay, you have about 1 minute left. If you cannot do it in 5 minutes, it's okay, because it's not meant to be in 5 minutes. Okay, don't rush yourself like typing with all the typos. What you need to do is to answer the email. Okay? And time. Okay, it's okay for you not to finish because we don't have much time, but keep your email later on. I want you to post here, bombard your email in this chat box. Nanti korang letak banyak-banyak email tu, nanti saya akan tengok. Okay, but for now, I think the class is almost to the end. Okay, apa yang korang boleh buat adalah tengok balik notasa, faham betul-betul macam mana nak pakai Go ACS, and also make sure that you use at least three discourse markers for your email. Okay? Let's go here. Okay, this one, because you don't have an email, can the discourse marker and all. So I think that's all for tonight. Okay, you have class after this, so I'm going to end this now. I hope that you have, if you have any question, don't be afraid to ask me in the chat box. I will entertain all questions except for any personal question. That's all. Okay, see you in the next week. Bye-bye.